Americans, welcome to hashtag NFL Fantasy Pro, better known as Non-Keeper Football League Flex Auction Noob Tier. Always start your per reception owners. I am BJ Beamer, and with us this week is the know-it-all, Bill Lett. Bill Lett, it's always good to see you.
Always good to be seen. Thanks, BJ.
I knew it. I set you up, man. Hey, listen, week 5, we saw a lot of players underperform, like the Yahoo Fantasy staff during the Chargers-Raiders game this past Sunday evening. We saw a lot of players overperform, like Matt Flynn in that last 2011 regular season game. What player had a great week 5, but you think is going to do nothing the rest of the way?
Well, I totally agree. That was a disgusting display of professionalism on the part of Yahoo Sports Sunday night. Now, a guy that reminds me a lot of Matt Flynn, a la 2011, is Terrence Williams of the Dallas Cowboys. Yes, he had 4 catches for 151 and a touchdown, but here's the issue. He had 4 targets in a shootout. Now, they have Dez Bryant, Jason Witten, a healthy DeMarco Murray, and when Austin Miles comes back, that's just another guy that he's playing behind. They've had him fumble games late in the game, like against the Chargers. I just don't think he's the guy that you have as your future if you're in Dallas.
I agree. You mentioned DeMarco Murray. Do you think this third-year running back is worth retaining in a keeper league?
No, quite the contrary. I think you trade him at this point because you're a third of the way through the NFL season, which is about the time when workhorse, NFL injury-prone running backs get injured, and that's exactly what Murray is. He's never had a full season where he's played, never ran for over 1,000 yards. Even going back to Oklahoma, he's been hurt. Now, people view him as a top-tier #1 running back, which he is, but here's the issue. He's going to get hurt, so why not just sell high when you can, as opposed to, keeping him around to see what happens. He's a guy that throughout his career, he's had good games, but not a good season.
I agree. Now, talking about replacing players here, we're getting to the point of the season where you got to dig deep in the free agency pool. Here on hashtag NFL Fantasy Pro, we predicted Leonard Hankerson as our 2013 Kevin Ogletree, somebody who had a great week 1, has done nothing the rest of the way. Bill, I want to ask you, on the flip side, what player has started off slow but you think is really going to pick it up here?
Yeah, I remember that Hankerson prediction. That was a great episode, top to bottom. I remember exactly where it was.
Thank you.
Kudos to you and your staff. Now, last week I would have said Alshon Jeffrey is that guy that you're looking at the flip side. But now, he's passed. Everyone's on him already. Look at Ruben Randall. I mean, he's owned in less than 40% of all major fantasy leagues. The 0-5 Giants are already playing for next season. He plays behind Nix, who's either going to get hurt or they're not going to play because he's leaving in the offseason. And they need to see what they got in Randall. And what I think they have is a young guy who's big, good hands, good speed, does it all, return punts. Don't get me wrong, he's been hit and miss this season, but that's because he's been playing backup. The Giants have no running game, their defense has given up a lot of points, so they're going to have to throw the ball, and they want to see what they have for the future opposite of Victor Cruz.
We should change the name of this show to Straight Talk with Bill Lett. What do you think?
I love the concept.
All right, Bill, it's time for our new segment. It's called Start, Trade, Bench, or Cut. I'm going to name 4 players. You're going to tell me if you're going to start this stud for the rest of the season, if you're going to bench him, trade him, or cut him. Are you ready to play?
Always.
All right, here we go. We got Ray Rice, Anquan Bolden, Eddie Lacy, and Harry Douglas. Go.
Well, Ray Rice is a guy that's been hurt already a lot this season. So I think you see my notes earlier about DeMarco Murray, and you trade high. He's splitting carries with Pierce. There's not a lot of playmakers on offense, so they tend to focus on Ray Rice. So you want to trade him. Anquan Bolden had a good start to the season. Now corners are jamming him a lot. I bench him because maybe when Crabtree comes back, a lot of the focus goes to Crabtree and leaves Bolden open. So bench him for now. Harry Douglas is a guy I've never got, quite frankly. He has no size, no speed. The proof is in the pudding. He's never really done anything over the course of his career, so you cut him. And I think, when you look at those 4, it's hands down who you got to start the stud, and that's Eddie Lacy. This guy's big, he's powerful, he's a workhorse, great hands, catches the ball well. No one is challenging him for carries on that team. And when they face the Packers, defenses have to address the passing of Aaron Rodgers. So that leaves a lot of open running lanes. Lacy had a good game last week against a good defense, coming back from that concussion. You got to start that stud.
Yes. Well, let's end it on that high note. Start Eddie Lacy, people. Bill Lett, thanks for coming to the show. Like I said before, it's always good to see you.
Always good to be seen.
Yeah. All right, guys. Check us next week. #NFL Fantasy Pro. Same time, same channel. Bye-bye.